In my search to find something meaningful, I set out chasing something real, something authentic. Along the way, I've met people bold enough to follow their dreams. People like David, whose passion built barmusiclive.com. We've joined together at the Farm Lounge, where up-and-coming artists get more than a stage, they get a story. Live music, real conversations, one unfiltered experience. This is Fancy's Unfiltered meets Bar Music Live.
We're good. So this is Fancy's Unfiltered live-ish at the Farm Lounge with Cade Pierce and all of his fellers, and it has been an awesome night so far. We've had a little bit of difficulties because, again, earlier I said, we decided we wanted to throw about 12 extra things on to tonight and debut. And how y'all doing? This better? This better? Oh, you are very welcome. I feel like I'm molesting the mic, but it's okay. Anyway, so we're live-ish. We were live. But still, we need some. So Sprout, if you're watching this, if anybody at Sprout decides they want to watch this, y'all got some interwebbed wires like 400 yards from here, and I would make you a commercial and sing your praises about how awesome Sprout Internet is if you would just get a dude in a bucket truck and let him run about 400 yards worth of wire to here. This would be so much awesome, or better.
Elon Musk, if you can see this, and I know you can see everything that's happening on the internet, I mean, just give us more upload speed. Come on, dude.
Yeah, because at the moment we're using your stuff, and although it did help the peoples in the hurricanes and all the other stuff, and that's cool. And I feel like they probably had a little more on their plate than worrying about a live YouTube show. But fortunately, we don't have to worry. We don't have to worry about that. So all we have to worry about is our live YouTube show, and it ain't working, man. It just ain't working. So when you see this, it'll be because we've done it, and it's been and it's passed, and we've redone. So. Yeah, help us out. So anyway, how are you guys doing? You ready to do some swapping? You paid attention? You ready to go? You ready to do some flipping? All right, so again, we are joined with Cade Pierce and his fellers. So you guys run through and yeah, look at that. So tell us how you guys came together, first of all, and tell us a little bit about yourselves, introduce yourselves, let everybody know who you is, and we'll go from there.
So, my name is Cade Pierce.
I'm Chris Hall.
I'm Chandler Dawson.
And I'm Hardy. Just kidding. I'm Luke Proctor.
And it was probably July last year I came across these boys. I was lucky enough to play Mars Music Hall in Huntsville.
I saw that.
As an opener for Jonah Evans and the Alabama Heathens. And I was talking to his dad backstage, and he basically kind of told me, he was like, hey, my son's Chandler, if you ever need a drummer, like, talk to him, hit him up. And so I was wanting to get out of doing like the solo shows and all that, and I wanted to start doing a full band. And so basically I got with him after Mars that night, and we was talking, and ever since then I've been with these boys, and they've been with me. We've traveled the road, we've been all over together, and it's just such a blessing, and I'm grateful for these boys and everything they do and all the hard work they put in. But all right, that's enough. But yeah, it was just, we had a couple of practices. No, we didn't even have a practice together. So our first show we did was up in Huntsville at Shag Nasty's. It was a Sunday evening show from 5 to 9, and I'm in the middle of church playing drums at church, and the booking guy Shags, he was like, "Hey man, I need a band today. Are you guys available?" And so I'm like, "Heck yeah, full band. Let's figure it out." Had no idea what I was going to do, and so I started texting these guys. I was like, "Hey, we got a show today. If y'all are available." Showed up to Shag, no rehearsal, no nothing, just put a band together in a matter of an hour. Probably played our best show that we've ever had. And the rest is history.
So how many of you sitting on the couch played at Mars when you got to go?
All of us.
So all of you,
Yeah.
so all of you were able to play at Mars.
Mm-hmm. So like I said,
That seemed like it was a pretty cool night.
So I think you're talking about my headline show,
The one I saw, the YouTubes, whichever one that was.
the most recent one.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So that was my headline show. So back in July of last year, I played an acoustic, like just opening set, smoke show. It was what they call the Alabama Smoke Show. And I played as an opener, and these boys played in their band with Jonah Evans and the Alabama Heathens. They opened up for them. Great band. Shout out to you guys. Love y'all. And then, like I said, we've been together ever since. And then this past February, I was able to headline Mars under my name. And I had Chandler's band, Big Spring Revival. They opened it up for us. Whoop, whoop. Chandler and Luke, they're a part of that band. And then my band that I played drums for, Dry County, we played after that. And it's weird to say that you opened up for yourself, but I opened up for myself. I played drums for Dry County. Shout out to you guys. Love y'all. And then turned around and headlined it. And
Okay, so do all of you play on other bands other than what you're doing tonight?
yes.
And did I hear in amongst everything that I was doing with the audio and the video and the everything else that screwed up? Is this all y'all do? Every
Yes.
one of you? This
Except
is
for
it?
Chris
You're
right
still
here.
like me. You still got a daytime job.
Okay, here comes the slander. All right.
No slander. We're trying to get you out of it, man.
So if anybody needs a guitar player, Rock and Roll Jesus, Chris Hall is available. Y'all hit him up so we can go full time. He can go full time with us.
Trying to get him out of Kroger. You know he don't like that.
No, I hate it, but I am now in like 4 bands. I picked up 2 very recently. Kind of, hopefully they'll follow through. So if you got any weekday shows and you need a guitar player, it's great. But my Fridays and Saturdays,
Fridays and
might as well
Saturdays.
be gone.
But if you got like a Monday through Thursday, you're good. Well, I mean, if you want to come out to the farm lounge, we could work on this buzz. Come on. So you guys have been together for how long did you say? 2 years?
About a year now.
About a year.
Yeah.
Okay. So all of you together is the Cade Pierce band.
Yes.
What all have you done? Where all of you went? What all have you accomplished? What's your goal? You 4 sitting here in the capacity that you're here tonight as Cade Pierce band. Is it still just what's your goals going forward? What do you want to do?
A big goal I'd like for us to do is play Rock the South. That's a pretty big goal. Actually, week after next, we're playing the Strawberry Festival.
I saw that.
We're playing the Fresh Pick stage at the Coleman Strawberry Festival. It's gonna be fun. That was just a shot in the dark. I reached out to them and I was like, "Hey, we play all kinds of original music, and that's what they really want on like what they call their Fresh Pick stage. They want a lot of original music. So we're probably going to be doing a whole original set, and that's going to be fun. Like I said, we played Mars. That was a really big deal for me and for us. We've played Pensacola. We've played a lot of good places down at the beach. We played in Pensacola. We've Lake Martin. We've played Tin Roof, Birmingham.
So what does it take for you, and those that end up watching, because again we're not live at the moment, but those that end up watching this, what does it take for you to be able to, like, what all goes into your daily routine to be able to get booked at Pensacola? And so is it, are you guys actively trying to reach out and search for people, or
Yeah.
is it word of mouth and people reach out to you?
It's every single day. Just literally going on my phone and Googling live music Pensacola, live music Birmingham, live music Huntsville, and just message and message and message. I mean, it sounds, to all you like owners of these bars, like I know it sounds like we're in your face, but like that's the best way. We just
that's
because
the only-
because you know how much emails and phone calls they get a day trying to get bands booked. So yeah, every one of y'all that's booked us, like we appreciate y'all greatly and dearly. But like that's just how it is. That's what we got to do. We got to stay on it, stay in your face. It might seem like we're bugging you, but we're just trying to play music.
We're just trying, man.
We're just trying to play music, put on a good time for you, and hopefully you like us. Hopefully you book us and bring us back. But
So aside from Mars, because I figured that was probably one of the like woohoo moments of y'all's career so far. Other than Mars, what's one of the other places that you've just enjoyed yourself being able to just go have a good time, do what you enjoy doing, and play some music and go home going, damn, we did a pretty good job. That's a pretty cool place.
So one of my personal favorite shows that we did, we played at a place called Wild Greg Saloon in Pensacola, and we played it for New Year's Eve, and it was a packed out house.
I figured New Year's Eve is probably pretty hot.
So it was packed out, and that was probably one of my favorite shows. The crowd was very energetic, very interactive.
We're gonna do something here New Year's Eve.
I loved it.
We should do something here New Year's Eve.
Then we've where else? Tin Roof. They was fun. Lake Martin. Which one? So yeah, Lake Martin Brewing. We've played there. That's a little honey hole for us. Not many people know about it, but it's yeah. I ain't gonna keep them out. Y'all share y'all's favorite shows we played.
Pass it on down the
I'll
road.
pass it to Luke.
And so if you've never watched Fancy's Unfiltered or any of the Bar Music Lab stuff where Fancy's Unfiltered is involved, it's for really unfiltered. So I mean you just do your thing, man. So
My thing is, I like the Lake Martin show because I love the big shows we play, but I also love like the really small shows, like because that's where all the people are like all crowded around, and I don't know, it's just like a cool time because you're all close, and a lot of people have a bunch of cool requests. But Lake Martin,
and that's what we're working on here, and I think
Oh, yeah.
I think it's going to be pretty good as soon as we get a few more things tweaked and we get some stuff going to where we can come in and go, it's on.
that's why Lake Martin's my favorite though, honestly.
Warrior Beer Company was pretty fun. It was just a fun story. But it was Warrior Beer Company down in Pensacola, yeah. That was just a fun time. It was one of our first travel gigs. And so we all hit the road together in Cade's truck, right? We loaded that trailer up and we just hit the road down there. So that was pretty fun. I don't got any other ones other than that.
Another fun one that we've played is Crawfish Warehouse in Jasper. That was so much fun. Because literally, it's like they just stick us off in a corner, and we've stuck a 5-piece band in a corner and rocked the house that night. And that's been one of my favorite places to play. Even solo shows. Shout out Crawfish Warehouse. Love you guys. That's probably been another one. Man, I played so many places. Cottonfield Bar and Grill in Sneed. They haven't played a full band show with me there, but I played a couple solo shows there, and I've also where else have we played? Man, we played everywhere, it seems like. We play a lot on the coast. We play a lot up north, like Huntsville area. And we play Rattlesnake Saloon, yeah. The Mill in Bessemer, we played there. Super fun place. Yeah, Rattlesnake Saloon. That's a really fun one because it's like it's inside a cave. Yeah, it's so much fun. But yeah, I mean, honestly, wherever we get to play is fun because I mean, this is what I love to do. I was able to quit my job back in August last year and do this completely full time. So,
What were you doing before you?
I was a diesel mechanic for Sunbelt Rentals, and it was just a matter of going to Nashville for one weekend, and to say that I thought Nashville was the move, I was completely wrong. But I did the Nashville scene for probably 2 or 3 months, and it was good at times, but I wouldn't want to move to Nashville to do music full time. I wouldn't want to play on Broadway full time. It's just not my thing.
I feel like while you're running the mic down the road, I feel like as awesome of a scene as Nashville is, you got a whole lot of other people that's competing for your eyeballs. And so, as much as it's a cool atmosphere for all of us to come and watch, I feel like it is probably super saturated for y'all trying to get somebody to eyeball you and make something work for you. So,
Yeah, and I'll add on top of that too. Like we've all said, we all play in different bands and stuff around here, and we're connected. And there's this whole huge web of a lot of us musicians and artists around here. And there's just something. The Nashville scene is great, and there's a lot of money to be made up there, but there's something really special going on here in the North Alabama music scene as well.
Absolutely.
That deserves some light and some appreciation all the way around the board, all the way from, pretty much any genre. There's a lot of out-of-genre bands. It's not your standard Southern rock, country rock. That's the kind of, centerpiece of the North Alabama scene. Like there's this one band that we're connected with. They're called Jacket, and they do more like R&B, pop. Like, shout out to Jacket, and it's just cool, to see just how much different music goes on around here and what's appreciated, and so the scene around here is very special, especially to me. I've been doing music since I was 10 years old, and I live, breathe, eat it, and just. There's something special going on in the North Alabama scene.
Well, and I've said it a couple times, and I won't spend a whole lot of time on it because anybody that's ever watched our show is probably tired of me saying it. But yes, there is something super awesome and special happening in North Alabama.
Although they're never going to hear the last conversation.
Hey, we hadn't told that to everybody yet. We didn't tell that to everybody yet. So, I know. I didn't do it on purpose. Oh, I didn't talk to anybody for 4 days after that. Anywho, so yes, so there is something that's super awesome, and it's happening in North Alabama, and I've often asked people since I've been doing this, is it just because I'm paying attention? Like when you buy a new car and you get the one white one that was there, and you think, oh, I'm gonna get that one because ain't nobody got one. And then as soon as you buy that white one, and then you're driving down the road, everybody and their mama's got that white car that you just bought. And so I didn't know if it was just because I was involved in it now that I'm paying attention and seeing what's happening, or if there's actually some kind of something that's happening, and the more people I get to talking to, and then hooked up with this dude, and not that way, but not that way. But anyway, yeah. So thanks for that. So, but it does seem like, honestly, it doesn't matter where we go. whether we do it for what we're doing or whether we just go out and have a good time and hang out and say how you doing or whatever, it seems like it's happening. Like there's enough of you guys going out and about now that there is a live music scene just about anywhere you want to go at any given time. That's why you need to go to barmusiclive.com and find them. And it's awesome. And I feel like it's not just because I'm paying attention now. I feel like it's actually happening. David's got something to say, or Pete, one of the two.
Both. Yes. So I got to talk fast. But bringing up the Bar Music Live thing, we talked about this a little bit last time. Nobody's ever going to know that. Anyway, so these guys, we're getting some of their stuff on barmusiclive.com. If you're an artist out there listening, you can get your stuff on barmusiclive.com. Don't cost you anything, it's free. Ask these guys, hey, is it free? Does it cost you anything yet? No, nothing. Okay.
Very free. Very good.
I want everybody to know, we're not some vicious promoter that's trying to take over what you're doing musically. We don't want anything. We don't want anything. We want advertisers and sponsors to pay for what we're doing. So I'm not gonna lie, that's what we want. We need you, advertisers, sponsors. We need you bad. So what they haven't even grasped yet, possibly, maybe Luke knows a little bit more about it. I don't know, because we talked a little more. But we have created something with barmusiclive.com that is a big help to artists and venues. Actually, it helps venues, even though some of you venues haven't caught on this yet either. We're trying to educate, though. We're trying to help people learn what we can do, because we did this to help you. Okay, we did it for the patrons. We did it for people who are going out to listen to live music, because without those patrons, you bars and these bands probably wouldn't be too good. Probably wouldn't be too good. Okay, but it's a big help because it helps the patrons help you and the artists a lot. So, when you get on barmusiclive.com, you have a profile. And a lot of people hadn't grasped on this yet, but you have a profile. Essentially, that profile is like a little bitty website just for you, your personal calendar. And you have a link that is a permalink, and every time we add an event, take away an event, whatever, it adjusts automatically. So if you share that link somewhere, you don't got to worry about doing anything. It's there for you all the time. All you've got to do is email us your schedules. We put it on there. People want to hear the Cade Pierce band, they can get on barmusiclive.com, see where Cade Pierce is going to be playing. It's there, scheduled out for as long as he gives us his schedule. Same with any restaurant, any bar that puts their schedule on there. It's there. You don't have to worry about algorithms like you do with Facebook. If you're on Facebook and people are friends with you, they may see you or they may not see you, depending on what Facebook feels like that day. Bar Music Live does not do that to you. If you're on barmusiclive.com and somebody wants to see you, guess what? They can see you. All they've got to do is scroll. It's fun. You can scroll for days and days, just looking at all the events that are posted there, because we have a lot of them. And I appreciate my helpers that help us get all those events on there for guys like Cade Pierce and others, because without them, I definitely could not be getting as much on there as we've been getting on there. But feel free to send your events if you're listening to this. We want you on there. We love having these guys on there. We like helping promote you guys through this calendar. It helps people find your music, helps people find where you're at, helps people see what you're doing, lets them in the know on the music scene. That's what we want to do. Thank you.
Absolutely. And so I've said a couple, 2 or 3 different times on here that, you know, what me and David both are committed to doing hasn't paid us $1 yet. Has it paid you $1? Maybe 50 cents. But the point is that we didn't get into this. Yeah. We didn't get into this thinking, hey, we're going to strike it rich and we're going to quit our jobs and we're going to do something else. So anybody that's watching thinking that we're trying to do this to quit our jobs, you know, no. But it's to highlight you guys, yeah, and to give you that one extra little oomph that you may need to, yeah, if somebody important were fall down the stairs and their phone opened and it showed up on Fancy's Unfiltered Bar Music Live, and there's Cade Pierce band, and they go, "Oh shit, who's that?" It may help you.
Well, it takes a lot.
And so that's what we're trying to do.
It takes a lot
It takes
to
a
do this, and
whole lot.
that's the thing too is, and I'm gonna go back and touch on something here in just a minute, but like with me doing this full time, used to work blue collar. Some of us used to work blue collar. A lot of people look at this thing, and especially people who are doing it full time, they're just kind of like, not really much that goes into that, but there's so many different avenues and webs that you can get into as far as like, the booking side, and then like you guys advertising and all the things that go into it. It's a job. It takes multiple people, and even when you're doing it yourself, you have to have those connections, and you have to have those people that are backing you, pushing you and helping you through along the way and all that stuff. So we appreciate you guys for what y'all do. You guys rock.
So before you get rid of the mic, while you're talking about takes everybody, I've asked this question a couple times from a couple different people. How has your support been from people that you knew before you decided that you wanted to do a band?
How has the support been?
So like it's people that you've known all your life, family and friends.
For me personally, it's they have been for it and been like, oh, finally. For me personally, they've been like, finally, it took you long enough, which I'm only 25, finna be 26, and lived a long, long life for a 25, 26-year-old, but
right.
I'm just now getting into the swing of things, and I talked about
the normal consensus amongst everybody that tries to do anything. It seems to be that everybody has the same thought across the board that, who was it? I'll have to look. Somebody the other day on Facebook, one of our peeps that likes everything that we do, had said something about, and they're a musician as well, that nobody locally, the people that you know and the people that you think would be all behind you and liking and commenting and subscribing and sharing and doing all the things that you're supposed to do on social.
Yeah.
Then the people who you know daily in and out in your normal life don't do squat on social media.
Well,
it's not necessarily because they don't want to. It's just because nobody knows they're supposed to.
I feel like all of us here on this couch right now have a pretty solid support system as far as like that and family wise, and kind of close together, family. We all have a pretty good support system that usually do share and all that. So, aside from the strangers, I feel like all of us, at least sitting right here, have a good support system within our families, our intermediate families and everything that are really supporting what we've got going on. So,
and that's awesome because that means a lot. Because I know there's times, if you go out and you play for one or two people, and all this. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, it does.
It gets to the point to where you almost go, what's the point? Yeah. But I have learned, and it is through a lot of headache and trial and error and heartache and all the other stuff trying to do this and putting yourself out there and doing the social media thing and doing the live music thing. That there's a line that you have to cross in order to get the balls to be able to do that. And once you do that, you kind of hope that there's some immediate, oh, you did such a good job.
Right.
And it's not. And you have to have some thick skin and know that that's what you want to do. And
there's got to be some passion there for sure.
And because there's a lot of stuff that, daily, like, how long did it take us to get this thing going tonight? Even though we all did a kind of a trial run last night and everything was working, and then we come in today and none of my stuff was working, and it was good that we took so long trying to get the sound tweaked on the new system that we wasn't planning on using, but we used, because none of my stuff worked. It's always something, and if there's not, trust me, if there is not a serious drive to do what it is that you're wanting to do, there is so much in this business that would cause you to just throw your hands up and go back and flip burgers or wherever it was that you came from before you did what you're doing now. Because I mean, damn, every day there's another trial, there's another challenge, there's something. And so I've said it again, and I'll shut up and give you the mic. That's why we're doing, or that's why I'm doing what I'm doing, and I think that's why you're doing what you're doing, is because the amount of passion that comes from you guys, whether it's you or anybody else that sits on this couch, that's something that can't be taught. That's something that you just develop, and nobody else understands what that is.
Yeah.
Nobody understands what your drive is. Nobody understands what yours or yours or your, you know, they kind of combine themselves.
Yeah.
But you've got your own struggles, you've got your own trials, tribulations, and triumphs, and so it's awesome, and it's fascinating to me to start to sit down with people who, against all odds, and it's like, guess what it is, we screwed up 12 things yesterday, we'll screw up 12 more tomorrow. We're gonna push through, and we're gonna do it.
I want to touch on something, and I'm going to shut up after this and let you guys talk, but touch on something that kind of correlates with that too. Going back to a previous conversation about the scene around here is, I feel like a lot of us, another beautiful thing about what's going on in the North Alabama scene is we're all supporting each other, you know what I'm saying? So, like we're in a few different bands and this and that, and when we're off, we're going to see this band, or we're going to support this or whatever. It's not a dog eat dog here, you know what I'm saying? It's everybody's wanting to make something special here. And, I think that's kind of the beautiful thing around here is, you may, it's a predominant southern rock, country rock genre that gets played. That's kind of the predominant genres around here. But you may go, it's not really like Nashville where you may have a musician that has 3 gigs in one day, and every song that they may play it 3 times a day and it's played the exact same way. You can go watch the Heathens and they may do Bonnie and Clyde like we done tonight, and it'd be completely different in the way the Cade Pierce band does Bonnie and Clyde. So that's the beautiful thing about it around here is you can be and express yourself as an artist or a musician or a band, and you can really express yourself with that and make something special and go and support all these other bands. And you may hear that same song, that's your favorite song, but it may sound completely different than if you go up the road and listen to us do it, So it's just a beautiful thing. So, and, you guys making it easy to access, you click 1 or 2 buttons and then you can go see all these people and where they're playing at. And you may be in the mood for something a little heavier and they're going to be here. You may be in the mood for something lighter and it's just all right there at your fingertips. So that's awesome. And we appreciate y'all. And I'm going to hush now and give you guys the mic.
Thank you.
I think I also agree that there's something special going on around here because I've been gigging now for going on 5 years, and over the past maybe year since I've met him and these guys, it just opened up that whole web of musicians, and I just think that's really cool around here. And there was talking about drive as well, like what inspires us and makes us go is long story short. Me and Chandler got confused one time, and I played a solo gig at Tootsie's, and I'm by no means a singer or anything. Well, me and him were up there trying to get our little band going, and he was singing. I was still on guitar, and the guy we had played for, he helped book for Tootsie's. And we got to talking, and he just confused us.
He thought I was Chris, and he thought his name was Alex. I don't even know where Alex came from, but Alex and Chris. Yeah.
Look like an Alex, Chris.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it was. And so, anyways, I go up there, and we start doing a sound check, and there's this guy up there. His name is Lucas Fuller, but he's from around here as well. We got to talking a little bit. We were just kind of making small talk, and he was like, "Where are y'all from?" I said, "Somerville." And he kind of looked at me bug-eyed because, he's probably into his 50s now, but he was up there singing, doing what he loved, and he said, "No way, I'm from there too." So that kind of came full circle to me a little bit, that there is something in the water, you could say, down here. So.
I want to touch on like all of our friendship or whatever. Like I've had friends my whole life, but like the friends we have now is completely different. Like you call any of these guys, they do anything for you. Like it's just crazy. It's a family, yeah. So, but yeah, like I said, we've had great support from all of our parents, and my girlfriend and my parents have been great. One time I booked a double gig and I had to play a solo gig one place across the street and play another gig in like 20 minutes. So my girlfriend broke down all my solo stuff for me while I ran across the street and my dad set up my drums. So I literally ran from one bar to the other in 5 minutes. Yeah, I had I think it was a 6 to 9, and then the next gig was a 9 to 12. So I literally ran across the street. So Ashley, if you see this, thank you for doing that or whatever. But my parents and my girlfriend have been really supportive. So, and along with the rest of my friends. So.
And I've said, go ahead, Didi, clap, go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah, here you go. So again, I've said repeatedly since we've been doing this that what you just said is part of what inspires me to do what we're doing and what keeps me going, because whether it's you four sitting on the couch as a band and you do anything for each other, I've noticed in this that whether it's your band, yeah, they come in, they're free with every show. There's so many more of you. Like when we had somebody here the other night, there was other band members in the crowd, and in the breaks they were talking about, hey, do this or hey, do that. It's everybody seems, and I know there's going to be some oddballs here and there that don't. But so far, it's been awesome for me to be involved in this and see the level of what is it, family-ish camaraderie, whatever it is amongst everybody that's in the music scene to help each other out and to do. I mean, we got another bald feller back there that doesn't have as good of a beard as these two bald fellers, but he's here helping with sound and doing the stuff and getting this going. And Dave Edwards, we appreciate it. How you doing? Yep. Oh, he's behind. What is that? There's some kind of big ass box. I don't know what that is behind a paint can. Yeah. Well, you did well. So anyway, it's this community effort amongst all of us that have a passion to highlight music.
Yeah.
And it's been awesome. It's been awesome.
Yeah, I was going to say this real quick. There's been a couple times where like one of us wasn't being booked, and like Luke or Cade would be like, hey, I don't have a gig, and they'll even like bring me on a gig, like even if it's like a solo gig, or like they'll literally like, yeah, cut the pay just so we could, yeah, literally. I mean, there's a gig, like I love playing duos. I mean, solos are great, but duos are fun. So like I said, I mean, there was a couple weekends where like a gig I had, or I didn't have a gig, and I just hit Luke up or Cade, and they just let me tag along, and we've all done that with each other. So it just shows like the family. I mean, the money's great, but sometimes it's just more fun to play than like make the money. So
that's things. That's again what makes it awesome is that whether you. Sorry, it feels awkward. so yeah. So. Whatever Didi said just caused me to lose my train of thought. I was going somewhere. What was I fixing to say, Didi? Nope, it's gone. It's gone. Nope, it's never coming back. No, those are. I've heard about double bookings a couple times, and I guess I kind of understand it from the venue's standpoint because, like, on the podcast side of things, I've had people cancel last minute, and you've got everything set up, you're ready to go, and then they call and it's like, nope, we can't make it. And if you don't have somebody standing on standby and something were to happen, then I kind of understand it to an extent. But it also, I know when it ends up being the double booking situation that y'all were the double booked, and the dude showed up that was supposed to show up. Now you're out, and so that absolutely. And so I see both sides, and I don't know in my few months worth of being in the music business, I don't know how to fix that. But I understand, how it happens. Yeah. And I believe, as Dee Dee is saying, barmusiclive.com is a way to alleviate that problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With us doing this full time, we have to have connections, especially right here, locally, with our local bar owners and venue owners and stuff. And, we have to develop some kind of a friendship and relationship and have, consistent communication, and from the connections that I've made just within myself as with some of the venue owners, I can see, how easy it happens for them not having a platform like you guys to get double booked and all this stuff, because there is a lot of bands, there's a lot of solo artists around here who are trying to do this thing, and we all want to make money doing it, make a living doing it. We all want to get our stuff out there, but it's a lot on the venue owners too. So we applaud you guys for all the work that y'all put in for that as well. It does not go unnoticed, and it's not unappreciated for sure, because we know how hectic it can get.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, so we have prevented several double bookings through the course of doing this. We've been doing this a little over 7 months, and I'm thinking we caught around 11 or 12 double bookings that did help somebody not have a problem the day of a show. So it happens, and sometimes it happens, and we had our band or whatever on the calendar, and the venue didn't have their other band on the calendar. So it's kind of crazy the way this works, because as an artist you can have your stuff on there, as a venue you can have your stuff on there, but if we're working with one side of it, we don't always see the other side. So sometimes we can't prevent it unless it does happen that we see something on Facebook pop up or one of those other social media avenues, and then we recognize, hey, we had on our calendar that so-and-so is playing there, and you had on Facebook that somebody else was playing there. So that's happened a couple of times. So we're glad to help with those kind of things, but the key is just getting the music culture used to barmusiclive.com. It's great to have stuff on Facebook. It's great to have stuff on Instagram. It's great to have stuff on TikTok. All of it draws different people, different ages, and we can see that through the tools that we have to look at all those metrics and see what's going on. But to have one place to have everything music, to me, just makes sense. And we're glad to be able to do that for you guys. You guys work so hard day in and day out. You were talking about blue-collar work a while ago. I mean, you guys are workers. You guys are blue-collar workers. Y'all are out there putting in the blood, the sweat, and the tears. If nobody's ever been a part of seeing a setup like this, if you ever were, you could see why there might be a problem occasionally. It's not the easiest thing in the world. This guy does not have an easy job. He does not have an easy job doing what he's doing. Those guys sitting over there, they don't have an easy job. The guy running the sound does not have an easy job. I got an easy job because these guys just do all this stuff for me, basically. I appreciate them all. No, I did. I mean, I worked pretty hard to keep the site going and keep things fresh and networking and getting more people and all those kind of things. And we had, and we had an awesome thing happen today. I'm going to go ahead and make this announcement. We worked very hard to get sponsors and advertisers and partners in what we're doing. And today we gained a fantastic advertising sponsor in Sand Mountain Amphitheater in Albertville, Alabama. Those guys are working very hard to have an awesome venue for a place like Albertville, Alabama and surrounding areas. It's not too far to go there if you're in Coleman. It's not too far to go there if you're in anywhere in Marshall County, of course, or Morgan County, or Etowah County, or any of those surrounding counties. Get over there to Sand Mountain Amphitheater. They have some great shows lined up for the rest of this year, and we're going to get to be a part of some of those shows, and we can't wait. We are so excited about this partnership. We're thankful for them and what they're doing for us. We're thankful for all of our advertisers. But this is a great one for us. I think it's going to be a great relationship. We've got some big things coming from you guys in the music scene. All the more reason you want to be a part of Bar Music Live. I'm telling you right now, barmusiclive.com is where you want to be if you're in the music business. These guys already know it. They're privy to some information. You want to be a part of this because we are going to be doing some very, very big things.
All right, so we appreciate you guys sitting down on the couch with us. We appreciate you coming out. I know that in the music business, the schedules and trying to facilitate everything, and all of you play in different bands, and to make all of your schedules align and come sit down with us tonight with a leopard print bed. Where's the dog with the fro? He hadn't made an appearance this afternoon. But anyway, so I appreciate you guys coming out. We're going to take a quick break and let y'all do a couple more songs, and we'll see what happens. But thank y'all again for coming out.
We appreciate y'all having us out. Hey, y'all be sure to follow me on all social media. It's at Cade Pierce Music. Y'all can follow me on Spotify and Apple also, Cade Pierce. I've got 2 new songs. It's in the works right now. I got 2 new songs that's in the works right now. Be on the lookout for that. And Luke actually has his very first debut single coming out April 18th. It's called Crazy Over You. Super excited for that. Very proud of him for the work that he put in. He did all the mixing and mastering in the comfort of his own home. And super excited for that. So y'all be on the lookout for that. And like I said, I got 2 new songs in the works right now. I can't give too much detail away, but yeah, super excited. It's going to be cool.
So speaking of the music, we at barmusiclive.com, Fancies Unfiltered, we're wanting to help you share your music. So if you make a post and you tag us in that post, we are going to make sure that gets extra plays. So tag barmusiclive.com, and any new music you're putting out there, we're going to be sure it gets some plays.
So thank you guys again for coming out. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back with some more music.
Thank y'all.
Thank you.